Hi. Our dining room has undergone some transitions in the last few weeks, as has our living room, so I thought I would show them to you. The biggest thing in our dining room that's changed is we now have a piano in it. It used to be in the living room. We were told that the windows right up here, this series of 3 windows, it's actually called a piano window. So how fitting. Look at us, making sense. Next to it is a hibiscus that's holding on for dear life, waiting for warmer weather when it can go back out on the deck. We have our same really fun hutch that we've had for a while, just a little glare on it. And we have actually moved the dining room table out from the wall where we might use it sometimes. And on the dining room table is a set of what I call casters, but I don't really know what they are. I believe they were in my great-grandma's house, and they're just used to hold condiments, so you can throw your mustard in there. In the corner, we now have what we call the pastor's chair, but what is actually just camouflage for Playmobil. And we have our same old curio cabinet with Tiny Train. Hello, Tiny Train. And with some little buggers down here called dwarfs. And then all of these changes in the dining room were about making room for the new furniture we had ordered for our living room. So here's kind of a look at the living room. We deliberated for a long time. We spent a pretty good chunk of money. It was kind of the first time we've actually bought our own furniture and not just had other people's hand-me-downs. And the furniture was delivered last week, and I looked at it in the room and went, yeah, kind of hate it. So I was really sad and a little manic for a few days, and then I realized if I swapped out the big rug we had in the living room and put in this smaller one here, suddenly I really liked it. The other part of my like also hinged on the fact that I bought this lamp that I love super much. And behind it, we bought this huge plant, which I'm now thinking of as my third child. 5 minutes a day, Groom has had a chance to actually sit in the chair on the couch, and he just got a subscription to the Sunday New York Times. He's very excited because he will start reading an article, and then he'll have to look up and say, I'm not used to the idea that newspaper writing might actually be good. So that's all new. Let's see. We shifted the little sewing table that I believe was my maybe great-grandma's over to here. The plant on there, that Christmas cactus, blooms at Christmas time beautifully, and it was my great-grandmother's. We can track that plant in our family from at least the 1880s, which I find very cool. Then again, I don't get out much. I would say one of my favorite decorating touches in the living room now would be Optimus Prime in the window, frightening away any bad guys. He is also backed up by a couple lightsabers and the Javelin 7, which is the Justice League's jet. Then, of course, we got the Playmobil castle, because what's a house without one? We moved the claw foot table down from our bedroom, and as long as we were doing that, why not move the stringed instruments? A living room is always a better place with a balalaika in it. But I'm saving, of course, the best for last, and it's a little something I like to call the Chaise Lounge. Dun dun dun. And I have been thinking about it as I appreciate this Chaise Lounge more and more and more. I have been thinking that I'm never going to leave it. I've decided to set up shop there. I'm trying to get where I can actually speak. Okay, I'll go over here now. This Chaise Lounge has an awesome cushion. In like 15 years, it still is not going to have taken on the shape of my particular extremity, I don't think. It's got some good oomph to it. And I have decided to make this my personal island of Jocelyn. I don't see why I ever need to leave the Chaise Lounge again. I make a vow to you now, here today. I'm not going to work anymore. I'm not going to my children's concerts. If people want to invite me to a wedding, they could come right here, get married here. I'd be happy to officiate from my Chaise Lounge. Everything I need is right here. I'm within arm's reach of a bookshelf. I have baskets right here on the floor. If I'm feeling a little vomitorious, what could I hurl into, you ask? This lovely basket. Even better, I have this amazing crystal ball. It's actually a children's ball, but it would allow me to continue my moonlighting career as soothsayer / gypsy. On the other side over here, I've got a tiny table that I think was also my great-grandmother's, It's topped by a little white doily that Groom hates. He came in the other day and said, could we maybe get rid of that? At which point I said to him, do you mean you want to get rid of the doily my dead grandmother made in 1930? It's a little callous, isn't it? And the thing is, I don't actually like it that much either, but the top of the table is really water spotted and kind of sun bleached, and we needed something on it. So he caved to my emotional manipulation, and the doily remains. I've got my coffee. I have a little bit of violets so I can get my chlorophyll, which I kind of like to call chloroform. So either way I can sniff it and get either joy or sleep out of that. I have everything I need here. Even my love of exercise will not have to die here on the Chaise Lounge, for I am a fan of something we call isometrics. Right now, as a matter of fact, I'm working out. I'm clenching something, and it's very, very toned. So when I get tired at night, I can bring in my own entertainment. I can get my laptop right next to me. I can slide back. I can cuddle in. A little chilly, you say? For you know, we keep our house set at about 56, and this is the North Woods of Minnesota. I can take off my ginormous scarf, do a little fluffing, use it as a blankie. And the good news is, there's always on a Chaise Lounge space for two. So I can welcome the occasional visitor. You, just bring wine, would you?